Indiana Jones has been one of the most beloved action-adventure franchises since its first movie hit the big screen in 1981. From Indiana's fedora to his whip and his signature line,
"It belongs in a museum!"
we've all been enthralled by his heroic antics. Yet when Lucasfilm decided to dive back into the franchise in 2008 for a new indie adventure, it didn't look very well, and history is indeed repeating itself. One of the big issues this movie has that it is just boring. It's boring. The movie goes over 2.5 hours. It's too long and too boring. Imagine sitting there, wasting 2.5 hours of your life, bored out of your mind.
Boring!
It's so boring that you feel every extra minute of that runtime. Going to the theater back then was an escape room reality. Now people avoid going to movie theater. The movie started off with 20 good minutes, which was the only good thing about the movie. Indiana Jones having flashbacks to World War II, finding Nazis on a train, but after this 15 or 20 minutes the movie just got worse and worse to the point where it was painful to watch. Though we get introduced to Helen, a short played by Phoebe Waller-Bridge, and this character is so fucking annoying. She absolutely demolishes everything from the moment she appears. The worst part was that she is the protagonist of this movie. What were they thinking? Making Indiana Jones the dopey sidekick to an unknown, shallow, annoying character is the greatest injustice. It's a crime. This movie is just pathetic. How can Kathleen Kennedy ruin 3 franchises and still get away with it? How in the world did she not lose her job? If they are trying to show the strong female empowerment, but this trash character, then they absolutely failed. She's so arrogant and disrespect Indiana Jones the entire movie. She's just so unlikable and rude. She goes into everything thinking she's unstoppable and the greatest at everything. They make everyone around her the problem and give her barely any flaws. She's so perfect that she doesn't mess up. There was already a tough female character who fought evil alongside Indiana Jones in his story, Marion Ravenwood, and all fans love her.
Which leads me to the next problem. The film has no emotional depth at all because we simply couldn't care about the characters. You develop no interest in them, no love or care or empathy because you couldn't care less about the story. Aside from the poorly written characters, the story overall is just bad and boring. This movie was badly written. It was deliberately written like this. This movie is the worst crime in cinema. I just want to know who thought it was a good idea to give the woman who destroyed Star Wars the right to make this movie. So boring, so cheap, so gimmicky. Everything you see in this movie is seen before in other movies too. They throw cheap gimmicks and gags like 5 times in one scene. It is that bad and lazily written. I'm so sick and bored of companies taking classic beloved movie franchise and utterly running them and striping away what made them so special and fun. The worst thing about Indy's character here is that they made him a broken, probably alcoholic man whose son died as she's been served divorce papers. You watch the character throughout the movie getting demoralized even more, and they literally waste no time in doing so. If you don't think that was bad enough, Indiana Jones is on the verge of retirement and the kids who used to watch and adore him are now bored by him. At the beginning this movie was trash, then it develops to become the whole dumpster. They also killed Indiana Jones's son so they could give him a terrible female version of himself. This film is utter trash. Sad that there's media paid film critics that defended this film, and even Helena's actions, especially the script on this movie, is probably even more absolute criminal. Now the fact that woke producers up at Lucasfilm thought this is a nice idea, plus the constant deconstruction or assassination of a character, and still get so much defense from the media post-can premiere is beyond me. This isn't just a cash grab, nor a swan song that I have originally expected to be, but then I remind myself that a dictator in her regime is still there at Lucasfilm, probably pandering to the DEI officers in their echo chamber. Oh, I mean workplace, sorry, that they should make their new female character to be so much unlikable to core audiences as possible, let alone leave some witty lines for her to fight against Indy verbally. Phoebe Waller-Bridge's Helena Shaw comes off as obnoxious and condescending, that not even Brie Larson and other Mary Sues out there would even outplay as one of the most insufferable Kathy self-inserts ever created.
The time travel trope in movies really goes tired in this movie, no matter how many methods they try to justify it. The first 3 movies were filmed at real places without any CGI, but lots of practical effects that actually brought those movies to life. Besides near to realism, they were able to bring so much action, adventure, fantasy to it, and it has established such a significant effect not just to children, but all walks of life. The 4th movie, admittedly, has been under fire due to its over-reliance to CGI. However, eventually, I could even forgive the nuclear test scene. Despite it being dumb, it is kind of inventive at that time, and probably it shocked some audiences whoever had seen it. Anyway, that's all folks. If you enjoyed the video, please press like button and subscribe. Thanks for watching.